Drake versus Kanye 2023 edition.
Mm.
They had a nice back and forth. Uh, Drake was throwing some shots on CLB. Kanye threw some shots back. They going back and forth. Kanye on social media, all this stuff. And the mainstay of Drake's track, Search and Rescue, comes to a break in the song where he uses his ex-wife, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, that was foul.
A clip from, what's the title of the show? Keeping Up with Kardashians. She's having a discussion with her mom, Kris, right? Kris Jenner. And she says, I didn't come this far, just come this far, talking about divorcing Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
So he puts this in the song, and it just fuels, it re-intensifies in a few ways.
I just don't understand why everybody can't leave Kanye alone. Like,
But
leave that man alone. Like, I honestly, like, throughout, because I'm a Kanye fan. Like,
Yeah.
that was really one of the artists that I really listened to the most. From 808s to Heartbreak. Of course, College Dropout was the very first one I listened to, but from College Dropout on, it was just kind of like, I was really rocking with Kanye, and then when he took it, down spiral, I would say mentally. I ain't gonna say his music down spiral because it's a different audience, different voice, different sound. But it was just kind of like, like as of late, Kanye has just been getting bashed and bashed and bashed and
every
bashed.
which way.
And it's just like, like, when is this man gonna catch a break? Like, leave Kanye alone. Let that man get his mental health together. Let him be in his one sound mind, whatever he need to do. Just leave that man alone, please.
And I definitely agree with you. I don't want to see anybody going through. I know a couple things with Kanye always so post. He's always been a guy dating back as far as I can remember that, he's going to be an antagonist.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to say how he
You
feels.
ain't got the answer, Sway.
He's making the George
I probably done
Bush.
scared somebody at home. I ain't gonna lie. You might have to cut that audio down a little bit.
Sway.
Yo.
Sway was a victim.
Man.
George Bush, the famous quote, George Bush does not like black people.
Kanye been going through it, bro.
What's the other one? Taylor Swift. Shout out to Taylor Swift. Beyonce had the best video of all time.
Honestly, bro, after his mom died is really when, like...
Oh, he started turning up.
Yeah. Like before, you ain't see too much about Kanye in the media, but after his mom had died, the next album definitely hit different. And it was just been different ever since.
Yeah, it's always the...
And I'm pretty sure it's hard because I had, thank God I haven't lost neither one of my parents, but I can only imagine how that affected his music.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
It's like you start to see it, like them cracks unfold in the music as well too. Like the music is always like producer extraordinary. He's an architect of music. He knows how to bring people together, make good music, make great sounds. But then you seen them two going back and forth. He's doing rap now, and then mom dies. I'm not cussing no more. I'm not doing no secular music. It's all gospel.
Yeah.
I'm having these gospel shows outside, these grand events, and now you're back to like hip hop cussing, having people like Playboy Cardi, which I don't know how he feels on the religious scale, but like, he has anti-religion tattoos and like upside down cross tattoos, stuff like that. So it's like now you're back to working with what he says secular music, people who might fall on a spectrum that doesn't agree with like baseline Christianity and stuff. So it's like you see him bouncing back and forth, and that's usually like, I'm not putting on him or anything. A lot of people talk about his mental health. That's like it makes it look like kind of like the bipolar thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're so here and there. One day you're doing this, one day you're doing that, one day you're doing this, one day you're doing that. But between them two specifically, it's like I realized that something was gonna happen. They came back together, they did the concert, Free Larry Hoover, all that.
Yeah.
Drake put in a song, Link with the Ops. I did this shit for Jay Prince. Saying he only did it for, Jay Prince, Mob Ties, guys that brought him up. But then Kanye said what he had to say about Jewish people. And then Drake being I don't know if he's a practicing Jew, but I know he is Jewish. So I don't know if he practices, I don't know if he's religious. I just felt it in my heart that it's coming. Like some point, like this search and rescue is like, because once you start using somebody's ex-wife's
and we all know
quotes,
Drake.
about
We
them
all
wanting
know
to
Drake.
divorce you. Like,
Yeah.
like that's personal.
Drake is really the king of petty.
Yeah, the
Like
petty
when him
king.
and Meek Mill was beefing and he
Oh yeah,
dropped back to back, I was like, yo,
and then he's like, "Hey, holler at me when Nikki leaves you, cause she gonna leave." And look what, like
yeah,
you the petty king. He said it. He said it. I think it's.
he is the king of petty for sure.
I think it was 4 p.m. in Calabasas, or one of the songs. He's like a petty king, overseer of many things, and then Jumbotron shit popping
Hmm.
when he bought all the Pharrell's old chains. He had the line in one of his songs, he's like, "I'm gonna buy all your most valuable possessions when they out for auction." You know, that's Pusha T's man.
Yeah,
Him and
that's
Pusha
crazy.
T have
Because remember him
famously
and
gone back and forth.
you know, I would like to see a versus
Yeah,
when it's all said and done. Though
I
I would
agree.
definitely like to see a versus because they both got some hits.
Yeah, I
Now,
would.
granted,
Mhm.
Drake and Kanye, they both have the "Say What's Real" joint.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That yo,
And
they both. Oh my god.
what's the other one? Oh man, the other Kanye Drake joint. I can't think on my head, but that's a bop. I got a scale. I can't even
Yeah, I'm
think
about to
right
say
now. But
don't even hurt yourself.
I'm not gonna fry my brain. There's about to be smoke coming off the top of my
I'm about to
head.
say, we getting up there in age. We can't think so hard no more.
But they had two. So one of the famous guys who's kind of behind Kanye, rocks with Kanye by the name of Ian Connor. I think he's like known as like a fashion dude.
Hmm.
Like I remember he had the joints. They look like Vans with the electric bolt on the
Oh
side.
yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was him, like
yeah.
the Revenge Storm or whatever you call them, sneakers. So he's like a guy like that, like the ASAP Baris, all these like
Mm-hmm.
V Lone, uh, hip hop world fashion guys. So he gets on Twitter and somebody tweets at him and says, "Just have Drake fly you out on his plane." And he makes it a point to show that he's blocked Drake on Instagram, and he puts "at war right now." So this is a caption. You go out of your way to say you're at war with Drake,
Block
or well, Kanye would be at war with Drake, I guess, but you're showing that you stand with
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 Kanye.
Kanye.
Yeah,
So that's all good and well. I think it's a little corny. It's like you're going out of the way to screenshot this and show
right.
like you like what is like,
We don't need receipts for that.
are we 12? Like you have a grown man blocked on Instagram. What does that mean? It's like you didn't do anything. You just blocked. It was like is he supposed to be hurt? And it's like
I mean, it's all for entertainment purposes at the end of the day, because we know that anything you put on the internet is gonna get a story behind it. So I mean,
and
that's why we talking about it.
and the story right behind it as well too. So Chubbs, for those who don't know at home, I think he's Drake's head of security, but like one of his like day one mans. There's like Chubbs, Nico, all these guys around him.
Hmm.
Like the day ones. This is like in so many Drake verses. He's in pretty much any Drake album. You'll hear Chubbs mentioned countless times. So he replies to this tweet where Ian Connor says he's at war right now and shows that he's blocked Drake. And Chubbs at Chubbs View says, "Little boy, we been whooped you. Stay calm before we get active."
We all know what that means.
And this is the story I want to know because as years go on, right? Drake has repeatedly waited years and years and years to say like the drum thing.
Yeah,
Like he gets on CLB, try to bring the drum to me, didn't know how we cha-cha slide. Then drum gets banged. He's like, "Oh, his security beat me up. I want the one-on-one. He didn't give me the one-on-one." And it's coming out like we don't see OVO talk about it or try to get these things. But years later,
it
I just
comes
want to
out.
know. I just want to know, like, when he said we been whooped you, like I don't think he's saying that if it didn't happen.
Nah,
So at some point, you got the OVO stomp out with the knock the shoes, with the Nikes, with the OVO gear. Like it's a bunch of Toronto youngins just in OVO sweatsuits,
man.
just give you that two stomp special. Like,
Mm,
so
that's all I can say.
so it's like it heats up in many ways, right? But then we don't really get any response, or I haven't got a response from Kanye yet. Ian Connor had a response where he showed text messages. It seems like they're text messages from Ye. He said, "You've always given me good advice," basically saying he's rocking with him.
Right.
Blah blah blah. You're standing with me, but it's like that's all we really get of it. Maybe he's coming up with something. Maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he's
Yeah.
moving on. But then it's more the left right. So you got the search and rescue. You have this with Ian Connor, And then you have just more, even outside of that, it's just like Kanye's just uh, from all angles being attacked right now.